Hey y'all, Gavin here. The Blue Eyes Director deck just came out, and this is going to reshape the meta. A lot of people love Blue Eyes, so whether or not this deck is good or not, doesn't really matter. This is going to be everywhere. In my opinion, I think this deck is pretty good. You are going to see it places, and you are going to see it perform. And I wanted to show you the meta variant that I was working on, and I've seen other people who I know working on. And yeah, let's hop right into it. This is what I would take if I played this deck at a YCS or a regional. So first of all, here's Maiden of White. This card is basically allowing you to turn your 3 of Sage into a 1-card combo. And I'll explain that in a little bit. This card also allows you to grab True Light, which searches your power spells. This is a power spell deck. Even though this is like a Blue Eyes deck, which we do play 2 copies of, you don't need 3. You have infinite access to this card. This basically just allows you to tutor everything out and go into the insanely good Blue Eyes extra deck. And yeah, that's all you really have to know. Sage, normal summon, allows you to grab Maiden. Maiden, when targeted at all, is able to special summon out of Blue Eyes, and there's ways to trigger that in your combo. Very, very nice recursive engine. Next, we have the expensive part of the deck. We have a triple Primite Aether Barrel. This card is insane for the fact that it allows you to go into the Lights Link 1 and allows you to go into the Primite package. So off one card, you're able to get into 2 very powerful packages that work really well with Blue Eyes. I don't know if I'd cut down on these. These cards are expensive right now, but if I were to take this to an event, I would max out on them. Very, very good. Honestly, a nuts card by itself. And we have 3 of a hand trap that is searchable off of Sage. That's right, if you actually have Sage with Eyes of Blue, you can search this card if you already have everything else you need. So you have a searchable hand trap. You can also normal summon this and make Spirit with Eyes of Blue, which is very, very good. Next, we have triple Nibiru, triple Ash Blossom, triple Fuvalos, triple Infip, and 2 Bestials. The reason why we play all these is because we have the space. These are the tech options I would play personally. Fuvalos in particular is very good because it can basically just tell your opponent to stop. Ash Blossom obviously has very wide coverage, so does Nibiru. Effect Veiler also has that and it's searchable. Infip is the same, and Magma and Druid's Worm allow you to banish cards from either graveyard if they're lights or darks. Magma also searches a dragon, so you can search Aether Barrel for follow-up. So this card's very good regardless. And Druid's Worm allows you to send special summon monsters. There's a very, very, a lot of good combos you can do with these. Another cool thing is that you can special summon this card off of your spheres in Search Engine. A lot of room for non-engine, and I think that's what makes this deck very, very good right now. Or at least worth considering. Next, I'm going to show off the Blue Eye spells. Here's Wishes for Eyes of Blue. This card is insane for 2 reasons. 1, it allows you to go into an easy Tyrant. And 2, it's a Search 2. Discard 1, Search 2 is a very, very stupid card to play, especially since you have cards that you don't always want in your hand. For example, you can where is it? You can pitch Maiden, and it is an extender in the graveyard. And you can also just pitch the Blue Eyes in your hand that you don't want to see. So there's very wide versatility here. And this card is actually searchable if you have Maiden in rotation. Because if you have Maiden, you can grab True Light, and True Light can grab this. Fantastic card. Next we have Roar. Roar is also just kind of crazy. It allows you to fusion summon. That's not what you're playing this card for. It also just says E-Telly from anywhere for Blue Eyes. So if you ever just need the extra body, there you go. You don't really need it for any of the combos, but what makes this card really cool is that it just gives you versatility. And there's nothing wrong with versatility in deck building. Very, very nice extender. Then we have Mausoleum. This card allows you to send a Blue Eyes, and also allows you to get an extra normal summon. Very, very nice versatility. This also gives you the place in the combo where you can target your Maiden. So you can special summon a Blue Eyes. Does a lot of really cool things. Searchable in combo, so you don't need to play multiple of it. Since it's searchable, you can play it at 1. Honestly, if Spirit with Eyes of Blue, the fact that it searches this is very cool. The card was always a cool card, but there was never really like a reason to play it. So there was never really a universe where Blue Eyes players should have been playing it before. But of course, now since you can, and there's a lot of really cool tech options, that's a good one. And here for the Primite spells and traps, I only own 2 Lord Reload. So I'm only playing 2 in this build, sorry. If I had 3, I would be playing the 3rd one, but of course this card is like $70, $80. And I don't think the 3rd is really super necessary, but of course I would be on the 3rd if I had it. Just increases consistency, and it's a starter because this card allows you to grab a Primite card from your deck from your deck to your hand. So this searches an Aether Barrel. An Aether Barrel can grab Drill Beam or grab another one of these. It's just an infinite recursion package. This allows you to do everything you want to do. And Drill Beam is a negate and a non-targeting banish. And it also allows you to reset itself. So if you always have like access to a Primite card or a normal monster, this card is always in rotation. Next are, here's like some other tech options I was playing. 2 talent and a cold buy. This card is, deck is 41 cards. Talents allows you to draw, look at your opponent's hand, and have a lot of like really nice advantage. If you want an unfair card in your deck, this is a very unfair card to have. It's 3 banned cards on 1. And then Call by the Grave is very, very nice. Call by the Grave just tells you no to your opponent's spells and traps. Well, not spells and traps, I just lied to you. Hand traps. And also allows you to banish their engine and play as a trap card on the next turn. So yeah, card is very versatile. It's at 1 for a reason. And here are 2 kind of broken cards. True Light, it's like the, it's basically the Dark Magician trap that's basically the exact same thing. They can't target your Blue Eyes monsters. It can special summon a Blue Eyes from your hand or graveyard, and also allows you to set a spell or trap from your deck that mentions Blue Eyes White Dragon. So you can set Majesty of the White Dragons. This adds pops up to the number of Blue Eyes you have in rotation. You're basically going to get 2 in your graveyard on your first turn anyway. So you can go Majesty of the White Dragons and just get a free pop 2. Of course, this card's not necessary, but True Light allows you to search for this, Roar, and Wishes. And honestly, I think that's very good. I guess gives you a bunch of versatile things to search. Very, very nice. You're never going to be without engine. There is a bad side to this card though, and I do want to discuss it. So the issue is that if this card gets popped, it's going to blow up all monsters in your side of the field, but you do have an in-engine way to out this. I'll get to that in the extra deck, but I'll show it here now just so we can have a discussion about it. Blue Eye Spirit Dragon that we have right here can negate an effect in the graveyard. So what you can do is that you can set this card up early so that when this dies, if they ogre it or anything, and you have to go effect because this is mandatory, you can negate it with this so that your board is safe. So that is all for the main deck. It's 41 cards. Here into the extra deck, 2 Spirit with Eyes of Blue. This card is fantastic. It's a link 1, so you can just turn any level 4 or lower dragon or spellcaster into this card. So if you have a level 4 or lower dragon that you have in mind, you can turn it into this. Through my deck, of course, that's the Aether Barrel, and is the little guys at the beginning of the deck profile, the Maiden and the Sage, or Effect Veiler. Very fantastic, searches the field spell and has an extension effect. Very, very good. Hieratic Seal. So the reason why we play Hieratic Seal is so that, let's say you want to turn off Nib. You can summon this guy, and now if they Nibiru you, you can special summon one from your, a dragon monster from your deck for free because it was tributed. There's a lot of really cool interactions that this card has, but you can also just use it as an interrupt on the opponent's turn. It has to be in the extra monster zone. Please keep that in mind. If I catch you summoning this down here, like in the normal monster zone, and doing a combo like this, you're the buy. I'm sorry, you're a bot. But yeah, very fantastic card. I can see this card being a 2 of in here as well. But again, if you're playing a dragon deck, you should be playing Hieratic Seal. One Lina. Lina has some very funny things it can do in this format. For example, against Ryzeal, you can Lina bring back their Detonator, and then Detonator effect to attach a guy from your graveyard, so now you have a live Detonator. Or you can use Lina, bring it back a guy, and then go into Celine. Celine is very cool in this deck because you have a lot of spellcasters. So you can Celine, bring back Maiden, or bring back whatever you want, and then start your combo off from there. It also gives you a lot of cool link climbing plays. Like you can go into SP Little Knight. SP Little Knight, if it's someone with an extra deck monster, is basically the best card in the game. It's 2 interrupts by itself. It can banish a card on the field or graveyard, or this is a really cool effect as well. If they try to interact with it at all, like impermanent, you can banish it and another card on the field until the end of the turn. It's like a wind-up rabbit. Very, very nice. Very sticky card. Very hard to deal with. I don't see there being a universe where you don't play that card in this deck. This is all of the Link monsters. You can play Access Code. You can play Boros or Dragon. There's a lot of restrictions in this deck. So honestly, I can see a universe where you can play like really cool Link Dragon monsters. You can probably even make like the Beauregard or Beauregard, the big Link 5. There's a universe you can do that. I don't think you have to, but you can. 3 Blue Eye Spirit Dragon. I see a lot of people playing 2 of this. I think you only really need 2. There's a universe where you can just end on 2 in the first turn. There's a universe where you can end on 3 in the first turn, from what I've heard. But this card is fantastic. It's a floodgate. Your opponent can't special summon 2 or more monsters at the same time. They can Nibiru you. This card doesn't stop Nibiru. I hear a lot of people saying that you can't. Surprisingly enough, it's not that good. It stops pendulum summons. That's basically what this card was made for to begin with. It also stops effects in graveyard. That's not a hard once per turn. What that means is that if you have a Blue Eye Spirit Dragon on your field, all 3 of them, you have 3 negates from the graveyard that turn. Absolutely disgusting. Helps beat loose cons. Your opponent has a John Fiendsmith in the graveyard. That bitch isn't coming out. Your opponent activates a card in the graveyard. It just says, I'm going to beat your board. It's not happening this turn. I'm sorry. I took your lunch money. It really is that easy. So yeah. It also has an effect to tag out into a light dragon monster. That's why you can play the Azure Eyes Silver Dragon. This card says that your guys can't be targeted. Fantastic. And then on the next standby phase, it brings out a normal monster. Surprise, you're grabbing back your Blue Eyes and you're swinging for game. Very, very good card. Another very cool card is Light Storm Dragon. This card is brand new. What this card allows you to do is pop spell and trap cards on the field up to the amount of normal monsters in your graveyard plus 1. Surprise, that's 3 pops if you go through both your Blue Eyes. That's disgusting. And then it has like a float effect. Very, very fantastic card. I'm surprised this card's even a common. They could have just like went through all our piggy banks with that. Stolen all our lunch money. But this card's fantastic. And if you want to have a free win against back row decks, very cool. Especially in the mirror, you can pop their True Light. Oh, and it says on special summon. So if they activate like True Light, you can just go this, tag into this, pop it, or like Lordly Load. Another free tag into is the new Blue Eyes Ultimate Spirit Dragon. This says that your opponent just can't banish cards from your graveyard. That's fantastic. And is also an on-field Omni Negate, and then gains 1,000 attack. So this guy's going to be at 4,500 attack. Very, very good card. And then it floats. I'm not complaining about that. That's just a really good effect. Excuse me. Next, we have the fusions. The spells just have like instant waste into this. And this is also pretty cute because it can reset. Let me just check so I'm not lying to you. Sets 1 trap card from your graveyard. So why this card's really cute, it's like UCT, it just attacks everything. And then afterwards, after it attacks, you can set a trap. So since we're playing, I think a total of 5 traps. We're playing Imperm. We're playing the Majesties, which is the pop. So you can basically just get infinite pops. Or you can set the True Light if they popped it. So you have like a lot of cool things you can do with this. And then this is a targeting negate. Which is needed for the Majesty effect, so you can like banish it, and then you can attach to something, so you can make the free Blue Eyes Tyrant Dragon. And then last thing we have is the Indigo Silver Dragon. This just says big body, can't swing if there's not a normal monster under it, which is fine. But, oh my god, I'm dying. I'm so sorry. What this also allows you to do is it's Dark Ruler no more. It just does like some really neat things. It's not the best card in the deck. I don't think so at all. But being able to have an ability to go second, sick. And yeah, that is the deck profile. If you guys would like to talk about any other techs in this deck, I think that's completely fine. I'm more than happy to have a conversation in the comment section down below or build more variants of this deck as well. There's some other really cool things that these cards allow you to do. Like you can basically just make this deck to just ritual summon. You can make this deck to just fusion summon. You can just make Magia. I don't have $2,000 just laying around, so I'm not going to buy Magia. But there are a lot of really cool things you can do with this deck. And if you guys have any great ideas, we can talk about that in the comments. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys find success with this deck. And I'll let you guys know how my future tournaments with this deck go. All right, peace out.